Hello, everyone, and welcome to Injustice 2 mobile video series we're going to do to talk about Update 3.2.
Back at it again.
Yes, we are. I am Tyler Lansdowne, one of the community managers here at NetherRealm Studios, and beside me I have...
Mick Chellis, one of the designers here at NetherRealm Studios on the mobile team.
Excellent. So today we're going to talk a lot about Batman Ninja characters and some refactorings. Yep. And maybe a new character entirely to the family.
Yeah, maybe not maybe. We definitely new character as well.
Definitely. So let's get right down to it. First up, Batman Ninja Robin.
Yes, Batman Ninja Robin. Got to really enunciate those names as we go through each of these. First of the two refactors is Batman Ninja Robin. Just to reiterate on refactors in general, like this is something that if you already have the character, they're still going to be a part of their roster on the same, same star level, all that stuff. It'll still be intact when these refactors happen.
And this is one of those things too, where it's like we're not trying to like weaken characters. Like the refactors are always trying to strengthen characters and strengthen synergies between different character families, as we've seen in Injustice 2.
Correct. Trying to just overall keep things balanced and playable for all the characters on the roster. As we've been introducing newer characters, they've kind of been raising the bar so much that it's like, kind of leaving the other guys behind.
So other bars need to be raised over the place.
A lot of bars that need to be raised.
Awesome. So let's first talk about Batman Ninja Robin.
Yes, back to Batman Ninja Robin. So his original passive, if you already have Batman Ninja Robin, is for the combo meter on match start or when Batman Ninja Robin tags in, you add more hits to that combo meter, which is super handy because that can be tricky to build that up to how high you want it to be. And you also will not lose below a certain number of hits on that meter, which is also super handy. So it's like if you screw up, miss a block or something, like you're not completely screwed with losing all those hits that you've built up on the combo meter. So that will be staying. That's exactly as it is. That's still his passive one.
And that's something we also try to do is like the first passive will always generally kind of stay the same.
Right, correct.
And then we'll just add more on top of it.
Right. The refactor is everything else I'm about to talk about here. So passive 2 is, for Batman Ninja Robin and any Batman Ninja teammate, if they successfully land a lethal attack, then they get, for a certain duration, increased lethal damage. And that stacks. So if you're really building your team, well, obviously you're going to want to build your team towards lethal attack now because like that can stack and you just keep ramping on the lethal damage, which for those unaware is just amplified normal damage. Sure. And the passive 3 is that whenever an opponent misses you, you get increased lethal attack chance. And again, that's for Batman Ninja Robin or any Batman Ninja teammates. So obviously you're seeing hey, we want to emphasize going for more lethal damage, so it's like we're giving you more chance to do it, and once you do it, it's going to, start, being on a runaway train here of crazy damage going off. And in addition to his special abilities, they didn't change at all, but we kind of added a little extra flair to him just to kind of spice him up a little bit. On his special 1, it's essentially blind, where after he uses his SP1, there's a timer that goes, and during that amount of time, the opponent will be more susceptible to missing. So it's like they have more chance of missing you, but now you have more chance of doing lethal back to them. It's kind of see how it's starting to work here. On his SP2, he has that little, his sidekick monkey that throws like a little banana on the ground. We thought it'd be pretty fun to actually have that banana force the opponent to tag out if they trip over it. Kind of really lean into that pretty heavy.
So he slips
off
the screen.
Out of the arena.
Gotcha.
And on SP3, it's still high damage, but Batman Ninja Robin will heal back a certain amount of damage that he deals. So that's the refactor for Batman Ninja Robin to start things off.
A lot of new ways to be using him. And then, of course, like a lot of the things we've talked about, we'll synergize well later with some of the other characters that we will be refactoring.
Right.
Which leads us directly to Batman Ninja Catwoman.
Batman Ninja Catwoman. So her original passive that, again, will still be intact for her is that whenever she particularly uses any special abilities on an opponent, those opponents have blind for her or any of your Batman Ninja teammates, which means blind is kind of what I was previously talking about with Batman Ninja Robin's SP1, where opponents will have a certain amount of time where their hits may not connect. They could miss a lot of those. So it's a nice duration of like, okay, not all of these hits are going to be hitting me directly, so I have some leeway there to be a little more bold if I want to.
Gotcha.
So that's going to still be intact for her. Passive 2, one of the new ones, is we're going to be introducing this little thing called immortality. That's not a necessarily new thing across games.
It's existed.
Yeah, right.
This one seems kind of nutty.
For Catwoman or any other Batman Ninja teammates, when their health is below a certain amount, then this immortality will kick off. And it doesn't look quite like a shield. You'll see a little bit of glistening around the characters to kind of indicate that. But during that time, these characters will not be able to be knocked out. So you're completely invulnerable to whatever the opponent's dishing out.
And that lasts for a certain amount of time, and then...
Correct. It lasts for a certain amount of time, and then once it's done, there's a certain cooldown of it, because obviously you don't want it just re-kicking off every time once it's done. So that's a cool new thing that we've introduced to that. And then for the SP3 on Batman Ninja Catwoman, we have whenever she or any Batman Ninja teammate successfully blocks a special attack, you gain power back from that attack. And if it happens to be Catwoman that is blocking that special ability, then she will automatically trigger off her special ability 3 for no power cost at all.
Oh, wow.
So it's a true freebie in every sense of the word.
Awesome.
And then in terms of additions to her special abilities, her special ability 1 now deals increased damage to blinded opponents. So again, leaning very heavily towards...
And a lot of her kit is based on blind, so you're...
Right, you want to blind them, and then so that you can deal more damage to them, kind of thing. And then on her SP2, she will be healed back for a lot of the damage over time that's dealt on that attack that she inflicts. And then SP3, to cap Catwoman off, gives Catwoman increased lethal attack chance for a certain duration. So, as you kind of see between Catwoman and Robin, well, Batman Ninja Catwoman and Batman Ninja Robin, they're kind of playing off of each other in terms of lethal attack damage, lethal attack chance, and then making sure the opponents miss a lot in between.
So maybe when you're Catwoman, you go into immortality, then you throw out your SP2 and try to get some health back and that sort of thing, and try to get back to where you need to be, or you just go with a gusto and try to kill everyone on the team while you're immortal.
Exactly. Plenty of ways to go.
So some really cool synergies we're seeing between Batman Ninja Robin and Batman Ninja Catwoman. We have another character, though.
A brand new character.
A brand new character to the Batman Ninja family. This will be the 6th character from the Batman Ninja family that we're adding.
That's correct, yeah.
This is... Would you like to tell the fans? We have shown some teasers.
We have. And let me just take a second to enunciate it again correctly, because this is a mouthful as well. Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd.
And I think we have something we want to show real quick about that. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, let's see it.
All right, well, that was our first look at the refactor for some Batman Ninja characters, and our first look at the legendary Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd. Another thing, legendary.
Yeah, that is the 4th legendary character to be introduced to the game. That's another brand new reveal for Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, exciting.
But a lot of people are going to be wondering, how do you get these characters?
That's especially with a legendary character. That's always the question.
Right.
So we are going to be introducing these new types of challenges that we're calling versus challenges, where they're going to operate the same exact way as normal challenges do, just same setup of 3 different levels of battles that you can go into to fight these teams to acquire shards of these characters. But there's a little twist that we did on them. They're going to be exponentially harder because if he's a legendary character, we're going to make you work for him a little bit. But you will have the opportunity to get shards of Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd, Batman Ninja Robin, and Batman Ninja Catwoman through these new challenges.
Okay.
And we will be running them simultaneously as the other regular challenges. So you'll be seeing 2 challenges at a time running now. The original challenges will be running on the same schedule as they always have. These newer ones will have a different schedule. I'm not exactly sure what the time frame is of those, but they'll run for a little longer than your typical challenge, so it gives you more opportunity to not have FOMO or anything them going away. So there's that, and then with these challenges as well, we're kind of introducing a new element of character restrictions for for these battles. So why we're calling them versus challenges is because the restrictions in place here in particular is for Joker League of Anarchy characters. So we're going to require you to have, 1 for the first level of fights, 2 for the second level, and then you have to have the whole team for the last level of fights. So it's going to be, the League of Anarchy versus Batman Ninja characters.
Well, there we have it. Batman Ninja refactors. We got Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd and a new way to acquire these characters.
What did we not cover?
Well, there's more.
There is.
In upcoming videos.
There you go.
So we hope you enjoyed this video. Come back soon and we'll have some more info on Update 3.2 for Injustice 2 Mobile.